Okay, so now I continue to donate to create force 977 to invention 982. After 6 months to 9 months or 9 months, this is going to charity or to taxes or both. Until then, I'm going to hold it to be able to be allowed to invent next to it for charities, since I can be rounded in assets a billionaire. So at that point, it's justified that if I give out much more billions to charities than these few videos. So it starts being justifying that situation. Since I'm a billionaire, I can give to charities at that point, because I would already be considered a billionaire myself, in the billions range, so I can give out much more to charities. And this is itself also going to charities and taxes in 6 to 9 months also, so I'm not going to hold on to it indefinitely anyways. And it's also loses value after publication of a year anyways, so after a year it's gone anyways. So it's got to be handed out after 6 months or 9 months to charities, otherwise it loses value. Unless it's patented, of course, which can be just done within a year, unless it's filed within a year anyways. And I see that patent process has to be completed within a year, but it has to be filed within a year. And I basically don't do that, so at that point the charities and the taxes can do that themselves. Okay, so this goes to charity eventually also, and taxes within 6 months to 9 months. But right now I'm holding on to it to be considered a billionaire, so that I can hand out charities. Okay, so here goes the force 977 to plus. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. Okay. So I'm going to go for EPS, so energy, pressure, and seconds. Energy per second is energy per second is work. Work per velocity is force. So energy per second per x per second is force. P is PV is energy, so PV per second is work. Per velocity is again force. So PV per second is also P times flow. That's volume per second is P times flow. P times flow per velocity. So P times flow per velocity is also force. So it's, again, this time I already had this force, this particular force, but how I'm going to combine is I'm going to say half flow per velocity to the power of half times energy per second per velocity times half to the power of half is is a combination that has both of these things, is a root and a root multiplied together. This is also force too. So it's a different type of force, a slightly different formulated force. It's a sort of a similar force that I just had just then. So it's a flow force also. So at that point you could say if the flow increases, the force increases. So if you have a larger flow going through a piston, I think you have a larger force in that sense. So that would be so millionth flow, I think 30 something or 20 something, and you can multiply this by a constant flow within the root, each of these roots, to calibrate each of the forces, each of the roots of the forces together to end up being right. And also what I would like to say is that would be the force. So the engine is optimized by increasing flow within the pistons. So volume per time, so the volume of combustion material should go up per time. So the rate at which the volume of combustion material is passed through it should go up too. So faster passing of combustion material next to higher volumes of combustion material going through increases it, times pressure, of course, of the combustion material. So that is causes greater pressure through being combustible as a combustion type material, causing greater pressure when it's combusting. So it has specific pressure, high specific pressure for its specific type of fuel. Your specific density, specific volume, and specific pressure also as it combusts. Okay, so let's say I coined that term too for a combustion engine. Then okay, so that would be the force. Let's say that would be a better engine. A force lies next to it. So you can use it in a better rocket pump. So the rocket pump generator works better. Next to the rocket pump itself, if you use any type of combustion to parallel run some types of pistons, would run better too. Let's say, or some type of air pressure, not just combustion. Okay, so for ovum out of follicle suction, so that's a rocket pump again, third. So as a fourth one, I would say better generators also, not just pistons and engines, but also better generators that turns into electricity, not just kinetic motion. As a fourth one, with bigger flow, and we're using materials with higher specific pressures, and faster rate of combustion, and higher volumes passing through this stuff, and next to it, that's fourth one. So then next to it, exponential and linear production of it, and also just the device itself being exponential linear in amounts. So that would be 5 and 6, and also from the first to the 500 exponential and linear, each of these, but for every invention I said from first to the 500 exponential